money also carries a vibration, right? If you are walking around and you feel poor, right? And you're always looking for a discount. You're always looking for a coupon. Hey beautiful ones, Fran here, back with another video. So before we go any further, you guys know the drill. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. I am so excited about this video. It just seems like lately everything that the Spirit is downloading for me to teach and to talk about is just so extremely powerful that it makes me like giddy almost. Like I'm just so happy to talk about it. It's like, whoa. All right, so if you have not liked and subscribed to this channel, please take a moment and do so now. I will wait. Make sure you hit the button so that you don't miss any updates on the channel. All right, so what I'm about to talk about is just really, it's something I've been wanting to talk about. We talk about it a lot, but I'm going to get more into depth with it and talk to you about a few things that you can do to attract wealth into your life, guaranteed and non-fail, continuously, like thousands and thousands, even millions of dollars. I am going to tell you guys how I tithe my way to wealth. Now, I know that a lot of you are going to say, TT Fran, I don't want to hear about no tithing. I just tell me how to manifest it. I don't want to hear about that. Then a lot of you are going to be like, yes, TT Fran, I do want to hear about it. And I've been tithing and I see things happening. So we talk a lot about manifesting money and having the law of circulation respond to us and for us. But as I tell you guys all the time, there are other laws of the universe that you can apply and that you need to apply to your life when you're manifesting. A lot of people just talk to you about the law of attraction because that's the most popular law. But there are so many other laws of the universe that you can apply to your life when you are wanting to create, manifest, attract, and maintain wealth. I have done it. I've done it to attract wealth in my life, sustainable wealth, non-ending wealth. I've stood on biblical principles, metaphysical principles, spiritual principles, the laws of the universe. You cannot get things to work for you if you don't know what those things are. Like a lot of people show you the end result, but they don't show you how they got there. For me, the way that I have attracted and changed my whole financial situation and changed my mindset around money was, number one, learning that money is an energy and that it comes when I call, but I can also activate it by speaking to it and sowing seeds, tithing. So just recently, this is just recently something that just happened. I tithed $2,000 and within 24 hours I got $3,800 back. Then I had tithed a week prior to that and got a $5,000 check in the mail. Then I tithed prior to that and I got a check for $111, 1111. And I'm going to show you some of that stuff down here. But I also know that tithing is not enough, right? It's how you tithe, it's who you tithe to, it's your mindset when you're tithing, and it's also you allowing the laws of the universe to work for you. So TT Fran is going to teach today, right? All right, so we are all familiar with give and it is given. It's in Matthew probably 100 times. Give and it is given, ask, believe, and receive. Tons of scriptures on give and it is given, right? It's not even just about giving money. It's about anything that you give your energy to, it's going to return to you. So if you give your energy to lack, If you give your energy to not having enough, you're never going to have enough. If you give your energy to abundance and prosperity and happiness, all of that is going to return to you, because the law of circulation states that whatever you send out, you are going to have returned to you. Also, we are everybody is very familiar with bring your first 10% into the storehouse before you pay your bills, before you do anything else, you pay your 10%. But then, what do you do after you pay your 10%? Right? If you are wanting to create wealth in your life and be wealthy, there are principles that you have to follow. Period, point blank, the end. You can manifest truckloads of money, right? But if you're not a good steward over that money, if you don't know how to continuously keep vibrating at a frequency that you're calling lavish amounts of money to you, then you're going to see it just like slip through your hand, right? If you're tithing like this, God, I have to tithe today. I'm going to tithe this money. I'm not even going to have enough money to pay my bills. I cannot believe that I'm supposed to tithe and then be broke. Okay, I'm going to try this tithing thing, but oh my goodness. If you plant your seed into the soil like that, what do you think you're going to get back? Just what you planted. But if you plant your seed in the soil, you speak life over your seed. I believe and I declare financial blessings are coming to me in abundance, lavish abundance, in expected and unexpected ways. I trust the laws of the universe are working for me. I know that I am sowing into fertile soil and my seed will grow. Did you guys know that there is a law of gestation? Did you know that? Okay, let's talk about it. There is a law of the universe, which is a law of gestation, but it's also a scientific law, right? When the world was trying to blend spirituality and scientific reasons why things were happening, one of the things that came about was the law of gestation, which acts on both sides, right? So the law of gestation states that when you plant a seed into the soil, we kind of learn this when we're in grade school, if we pay attention. I don't really think I pay attention because I didn't remember it until I started studying it again, right? But anyway, let me just be honest about that. The law of gestation states that you plant a seed into the soil. You cover the seed. You water the seed. And the seed is going to grow. If you plant it in good soil. Right? Now there are some plants that grow on dirt and rock. Like I have moss in my backyard and you can put it on almost anything and it will just take off, right? You water it and it takes off and it multiplies and it multiplies. We had so much moss in our backyard that people would come and take moss to plant it in their yard because I had so much moss because I planted it in good soil, right? Same thing with your seed, that is your money. You cannot be careless with thoughts about your money. You cannot be careless about where you're tithing. You should be tithing into soil where someone wants prosperity for you as much as they want it for themselves, right? Not just for themselves, but for you, your family, your grandchildren. It's kind of like there's no fun in having all of this if I cannot share it with you and bring you along with it. Like, success is nothing if you are successful by yourself. It's the same thing with having money for me. There's no fun with me being the only one having money. I want everybody around me to have money. I want all y'all to have money. I want you to be so prosperous that you can go tell somebody else how to be prosperous, right? All right, let me get back to the law of gestation. It's just like planting your seed, your money, into fertile soil. You don't want to give your money to anything that is struggling, right? So I get a lot of questions about, well, can I tithe to the homeless? You cannot tithe to the homeless because the homeless is not supplying you with spiritual food. You can give to the homeless after you tithe your 10%, right? But you cannot tithe to the homeless. You cannot tithe to dog shelters. You cannot tithe to organizations like that. You have to tithe where you're being spiritually fed because that's good soil. If you're being spiritually fed by a person, place, or thing, that's where you should be tithing because that is what is feeding your spirit, right? Activates the law of circulation. If someone is telling you that this is what I've done, this is how I've done it, I want to do that with you, you want to sow seeds into good soil. That's the law of gestation. Good soil, and it will grow. It will grow. It has no choice but to grow. It has no choice but to grow. So then I want to talk to you guys about the law of cause and effect. It's kind of like the law of karma, right? What you put out comes back to you. It's the same with your money. I cannot tell you how many times I have tithed and then went and maybe possibly paid for somebody's groceries or paid for somebody's coffee behind me or just doing things that should come naturally to you. Being a giver should come naturally to you because in your giving, you should expect to receive. You understand what I'm saying? So you're not worried about, oh, I'm going to give this and then I'm not going to have enough because you know that your source, which is God, is going to always replenish you. The law of circulation is activated the minute that you give. I can remember having my last $20 or what I was saying was my last $20 and I decided, okay, I'm going to use the last $20. I'm going to step out in faith and I am going to tithe $2 and then I'm going to use the rest of this money. And do you know that before I got home, 4 people had booked sessions, which tripled that $20. Whatever you're holding on so tight to, as far as finances are concerned, you're going to lose. You want to be a vibrational match for money. And money does not operate in struggle. Money does not operate in lack. Once you become a vibrational match for anything that you desire, it is going to show up in your life. I remember getting up every day, checking my bank account because I was like, oh my gosh, I am probably in overdraft. How many overdraft fees I got today? Maybe I should call them and have them turn the overdraft thing off. But then if I have them turn the overdraft thing off, I'm not going to be able to pay all my bills. So I'm just going to pay my bills, use the overdraft, and pay the fees when I get paid. And I was just digging a hole, right? Because every 2 weeks, I had $525 in overdraft fees, right? Because I was not tithing and I was not looking to the source. I was looking at my job, right? The minute that I decided I'm going to pay my tithes, I am going to pay myself, I am going to pay my bills, and then I'm going to put just a little bit of money in savings. See, when you put a little bit of money in savings, what it does is you look and you see that you have money, right? And it elevates your vibration around money. Even if you can only put $5 in there, it's going to make you feel good, right? Back to the law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect basically states that anything you put out that's good is going to come back to you. Anything you put out that's bad, it's going to come back to you. If you have bad thoughts, bad feelings, bad intentions around your money, that's what you're going to get back. But there is a cause and effect. So if you are happy when you're spending it, if you know that you always have enough, you're also operating that good karma, as well as maybe buying coffee for the person behind you. It's an amazing way to raise your vibrational frequency. So I also want to talk to you about, which we've talked a little bit about, the law of vibration, right? So everything in this universe carries a vibration. Your money carries a vibration. You carry a vibration. Your energy vibrates out into the universe. Everything carries a vibration. But money also carries a vibration, right? If you are walking around and you feel poor, right? And you're always looking for a discount. You're always looking for a coupon. You're stealing ink pens. You are, always trying to figure out how you can get over, right? That's the vibration that you're putting out into the universe. So you're going to attract circumstances and people who have that same vibrational frequency. I have encountered people within my business who are always trying to figure out a way to get something cheaper. Now, let me say this. I am a sucker for a good sale. I don't know any woman that's not a sucker for a good sale. However, if I want something, I'm going to buy it. I have set the standard that if I can buy it twice, then I can buy it. If I can't buy it twice, then I'll wait a minute until I can, but I'm going to get it because I am going to be provided for. I don't speak negatively out into the universe about my life, my circumstances, my money, because what you're speaking also carries a vibrational frequency. You have to change your language around money. You can't say things like, I can't afford that. I can't go to do that because I'm broke. Or, nah, girl, I can't pay that much for lunch right now. I ain't got that. I got to pay this daycare. If you are speaking like that, if that's the language you use around your money, then you're putting out that vibrational energy that I am broke, poor, desperate, and can't do nothing. That's what you're signaling. But if you change your language around that and just simply say things like, you know what, I'm not going to do that this week, but ask me next week, I'll do that. Or I'm not going to use money to do that this weekend, but I will do it if you just ask me the next time you go. Or I'm choosing to use my money to do something else this week, but I'll go next time. You don't say things like, I don't have it. Or I'm broke. Because if you say that, you're not going to have it. And you're going to be broke. And that's the vibration you're sending out into the universe. And that's not a vibration that we want to attract. So we're going to stop saying things like that. There's also a law of giving and receiving. The law of the universe states that what you give returns to you. The law of circulation works with the law of giving and receiving. It is so important when you are trying to generate wealth. I can tell you guys, I love to talk about money. I love to talk about money now. I didn't used to love to talk about money because I didn't have no money. So I wasn't talking about it, right? But I even had to change my language around money when I didn't have a lot of money. You understand what I'm saying? Another thing about money and the law of giving and receiving is understanding that you have plenty to give. Therefore, if you have plenty to give, you have plenty to receive, right? You cannot begrudge your giving, right? I've had people who sow seeds into my ministry, and then they will come back the next month and sow a bigger seed, right? I have testimony after testimony after testimony about how people have applied the principle of tithing and have saw amazing things happen in their life. You can even tithe for a breakthrough. Did you know that? Did you know that you could plant a seed for a breakthrough? I remember when I was trying to buy my home, I remember when I was going through the motions because you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do so much stuff. And then when you're an entrepreneur, there's a whole different level. I'll have to do a video about that. But I knew that I had manifested this home and I knew it was mine. I had already seen it, so I was not going to give up, right? But what I realized was if I was to begin to change my perception about this home and how I wanted this home and the fact that I could afford the home, I wouldn't have ever gotten it. If I would have started looking inward and depending on me for it, me for the resolution, me to make it happen, it would have never happened. So I had to begin to change the way I thought about the way things were happening in my life. You really play a super important part in whether you have money or whether you don't have money. And talking to people about the money you want to have or the things you want to have, and then they don't want to have that, they're not on the same vibrational level or energy as you have just sold your dream to the dream stealer. You have to be very mindful of what you're trying to create in your life, especially when it comes to your money. So one of the things that I did when I began to tithe is I sowed a seed and I tithed in advance, right? So if I wanted something and I wanted something big, I would tithe in advance for that. Right? Okay, God, I am sowing this seed for the breakthrough in my business. I'm going to sow this seed of X amount of dollars, and I am so thankful for a return of triple that amount. I am so thankful for the breakthrough, for everything aligning, and I would tithe like that. So I would tithe my normal tithing, but I would also sow a seed for the breakthrough. And I am telling you that the way doors flew open because I operated in faith, right? I sowed the seed in advance knowing that not only that seed was going to return, but so much more was going to return. And it never failed. Sometimes it returned in money. Sometimes it returned in people doing amazing things, me finding amazing favor. Sometimes it would be a deposit into my bank account that I didn't even know I was getting or having. Unexpected checks in the mail. I'm telling you that every time I tithe, every single time I tithe, whether I'm tithing more than I should or if I'm tithing in advance, there is always a breakthrough. The way that I have created sustainable wealth, it's not through my business. It's not through a job. It's through knowing that God is my source and giving with the expectation of doors flying open, because that's what the word says. That's what the laws of the universe say. That's what the metaphysical word says. Metaphysics states that you have the power. If you know anything about being metaphysical, you know anything about being a mystic. Like I tell people all the time, I'm a modern mystic. My mom was an old school mystic. But mysticism states that you have the ability to change your reality by changing your thought and changing your outlook around the things in your life. You have to be so laser focused sometimes that you are shutting out all the outside noise and you're focusing on your outcome. Right? You're not attached to it because you know that it has already happened. You're just waiting on the physical evidence of that. That's metaphysical law. It states that it's already prepared for you in the ethers. It takes, let me see, how can I put it simply? Okay, so everything that you need, desire, want is already prepared in the spiritual, right? In the spiritual realm, right? It takes your seeds of faith to pull it down to you. It takes your focus. It takes you being grounded in your spiritual practice. It takes you knowing who God is to you. It takes you understanding that you have the power to create every single thing that you want. Once I dedicated to tithing, once I signed my prosperity contract and I began to do what I said I was going to do, I begin to have amazing results. When I was tithing a little bit, then I would stop tithing 1 week, tithing. I had those kind of results. I had good stuff happen 1 week, next week stuff didn't happen. And what happened to me, I don't know if it happened to anybody else, but when I didn't tithe because I said I had something else to do, something came and took almost that exact amount of tithe I should have paid. So once you commit to tithing, you commit to your wealth. I am telling you from experience, Tithing is the fastest way, and it's one of the quickest ways to see money circulating in your life. I am telling you, I am a witness. I have done it. Didn't believe it before, but I'm telling you, as I look at my bank account today, as I look at the way my life has changed from the mindset I had of I'm not tithing because I'm not giving nobody my money, to understanding that I am giving my money to the person, place, and thing where I'm spiritually fed first. I'm standing on the promises of the universe. I'm activating a little woo-woo. I'm lighting my money candle. I'm lighting my peace and prosperity candle. I'm putting on my money oil and I'm calling it in. I'm decreeing lavish amounts of money in my life, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a day. Everything I touch turns to gold. My life started to change, and yours will too. I can guarantee you that. I will guarantee you that. If you tithe, and you tithe with a good heart and good intentions, you tithe happily, you plant your seeds happily, your seeds are going to grow and multiply. Try it. You just try it. All right, guys. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for being here. I would love to make this video longer because there's so much I want to share on this. But I'm working on a 2-day webinar. I can actually teach this live and let you guys ask questions, and we could just really go through a lot of the principles, not only the biblical principles, but the laws of the universe, as well as the metaphysical principles around attracting money. Like really attracting money, not just sprinkles here and sprinkles there. I want to give you guys all of it. All right, so I will talk to you soon. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about this video. I will talk to you guys later. Bye for now.